Slimesta is the title of the project. And Slimesta came from like our original record label, which is Young Stoner Life Records. And so since my brother had dropped like Slime Language, we wanted to do like, how do you call it? It's us branching from up under Slime Language. So we was like, all right, so how can we make it where the title fit us, then trying to do like a Slime Language 2. And so we was like, oh, that everybody call us the sisters. So we was like, all right, cool, bam, there you go. So then we went on Instagram, and then we start asking people like, should we name the tape Slimesters or Slimesters with an E in it? And then a lot of people were just like, Slimesters. So he's like, all right, Slimesters. So Slimesters means slime sisters.
Now, what does the phrase slime mean in itself?
It's just a family term. It's like it means like what's up, or like slime. Like instead of me calling her name like Dolly, I'd be like slime. So she knows like, oh, I'm talking to her. Or it's like a family word that we use to like talk to each other and like communicate with each other with. But other than that, it's just something that we started when we was like in the trenches, like, you know what I mean? Didn't have nothing. We was in the hood, and as us together growing up and just being like really close to each other, we were just like, we gotta have a fire name, and this name gotta be like a name that's gonna represent us throughout the entire time of us being in the hit industry. And we was like, why not Slime? Because it was just like, we really kind of got that name kind of from being like from the hood, didn't have nothing.
Slime went global.
And it's like, that kind of
nationwide.
Boost us to like want to be like, all right, so we call ourselves like Slimesters, slime. Like it doesn't really mean nothing like in particular besides like a family term. If we say like slime to a person, we basically it's almost saying like bro or sis, basically like that. Yeah.
Buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Shawty. What's up? Or you know.
Do you have to be part of the YSL family to only say it?
No, not at all. We meet so many people that say, it's like, what's up, Slime?
I just
like, what's
said
up?
the whole world is saying it.
Yeah, the whole world is saying it, but sometimes when people create a term or a phrase, sometimes they feel like possessive about that, like only our family can say it, you know? And then sometimes people come up with a term and they like when everybody says it.
Yeah, see, that's what it was mostly like coming up with a term that everybody can say. It's nothing like, oh, it belongs to us, we own that word. Nothing like that.
Now, I noticed that when it was Slime Language and I saw Slime merch, everything was the color green. Mm-hmm. You guys have Slimesters and it's in pink. Mm-hmm. Any reason why it's in pink and not green?
So the green as Slime Language, which is a compilation tape for my brother, that to him, it represents green because he's a boy. And he wanted to do it as like, oh, a green snake or green as grass, because money, you know what I mean? Like, just the things that represent like green that is like a fortune to him. That means like a fortune to him. And for us, we feel like we
like green too, but
we like green too, but I mean like for us, we was mostly like pink because we're girls. So it was like, all right, it's cool for like him to have his set color as the green. That's his way of representing Slime Language to the world and his fans. So the way we wanted to represent it from coming from up under the branch was in Slimestas, but in a pink way. So it's like, oh, this one is for like the girls, and that one is for like boys. But it don't matter. You guys could still, the boys and the girls could still wear pink or green. Like, you know what I mean?
Slimes is hard. It's full.
Slimesters like slime sisters, or just Slimesters like just like a plural thing to say?
Slimestas is a plural thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you did mention he uses the snake, the emoji snake,
Mm-hmm.
On social media. Mm-hmm. Do you guys use a particular emoji to resemble Slimesters or no?
Well, if they did have an emoji, we would. They don't have it, so it's like only time we'll use it. Like when we use the snake, we use the pink heart or the purple heart. So that lets you know like Slimesters represent also we coming from off one entire like record label, which is the John Stoner Live Records. So for him, like I said, he just used green with green. He used a green snake with a green heart, and for us, we used the green snake with pink and purple hearts. So that's why our cover album was, or EP was purple and pink together, like mixed.
If there was a pink snake, that would probably be the
That'd
energy.
be so hard.
dope. I'm still right here thinking about like, why the fuck they don't have another color?
Well, why they just don't have something that like
Like they don't even have the
slime-ish
white,
on, like, you know what I mean?
the white snake.
Not have any type of snake besides the snake that the color is green on emoji of Apple.
That'd be nice.
Like, I know we need to ask Apple about that though.
Now, you guys are solo artists, but have collaborated for this project. Is this the first project you guys collaborated on, or no?
No. We collaborated on 2 projects. One of them is Family Ties, and the other one is DDT with Tokyo Vanity.
I see. So this is the third one, I guess, with you guys.
It's gonna be the third one.
Now, the artwork. You did kind of explain the artwork a little bit with the colors. Anything else you can describe the artwork on why you chose the artwork to look the way it does for this project, aside from the color arrangement there?
Well, what's your way? Like, my way.
So I was thinking like, cause the artwork, like if my brother first project with us on, I'm Up, is like the world. So with me and Doraah concept, we wanted to be like, cause we Slimestas, we just put out like, we made it like sisters, cause I think it was our first tape.
This is our first tape.
No, our second tape. Our first tape, we was like the
2 sisters.
the two
and
girls.
we
Was like, you know,
it was like head to head.
head to head.
Yeah.
So this time it's just like we in slime, and then
Like, like it was like head to head, and for the first tape, which is Family Ties.
Family Ties.
We did the like little sister, big sister thing, and like the little sister looking over the big sister for the cover, and then for like this, I was meeting with the guy who was getting like, he wanted some information on like, okay, what you want it to look like. And so I was like, well, we're not trying to represent any, like you said, like people, we don't want people to think like, oh, they just belongs to us. We want them to understand like this belongs to y'all too. Like y'all are fans, y'all are our family, y'all are friends. So I was thinking like,
hands.
Yeah, like come join hands basically. So it was like her hand up under my hand, which her, like my date of birth is like on this side, and her hand
mom.
is my mom. So it was almost like a family thing, because then we put the world, which the first tape we was ever known from was from I'm Up with my brother.
Called Family.
And he used the world at that tape. So we wanted to put the world at the bottom of our arms with our hands like under that tape, and then have like the slime like in like like pink and purple and like whatever color we could make it look like basically. But it came out as like pink and purplish. And I just kind of got that, we just kind of got the idea from just like, I'm just like super creative. And so I try to think like really worldwide, where it's like, it's just not something that for adults, but it's like, this is something that kids can look at and be like, oh my goodness, I like that. That color is cute. I like that tape. I like this. And I'm just not here for
Because
just
right
like,
now, slime is just like the trending thing for the kids.
yeah. And we want to show them like that it just don't have to be represented by snakes and green. Like it can be represented as pink and purple. It can be represented as love. Like it's just showing like everything that it represents to us, like what we consider as like love, like unity and things like that. So we wanted to, I wanted to like show that in the cover art.
Now, the release date, was there any significance behind the release date for this project?
Versailles, produced by Sex, only person. This tape, it was like, we did this tape kind of smooth. We was like, we didn't want no features, first of all, because we wanted to be the first tape. Since our first tape was Family Ties, we only had 2 features on it, which was our brother, two of our brothers, one that's is incarcerated, and one in Jeff, and so those are the only 2 features we had on that first tape, and then we did the DDT, which was a collab with Tokyo Vanity, and so this tape we wanted to really show like
our growth
from like that first tape, the second tape. Now this is us when it's just us two together with no features, and so like that's how we kind of got that idea of like, oh, let's just put something out with just us two on it, and then not. I mean, I guess you may know already, but yeah, we just wanted to like throughout the tape, we just wanted to be like show like a side of us people have never seen like in the music, like, oh, they ain't never, like if you hear that music from like our old music, you're like, dang, I didn't know they could do that. Oh, dang. So it was like a versatile thing, but yeah, we wanted to keep it really like about us, like just really about us, so that people wouldn't get it mixed up as like, oh, they're just Young Thug sisters, but this is Slimestas, this is Doraah, and this is Dolly White.
Now, somebody watching this, maybe hearing about this project for the first time, or seen the artwork but haven't pressed play and listened yet. We're going to delve into the records in detail in a little bit, but just for now, can you describe the overall sound one would hear?
Man, you feel pain. You have every emotion on all 6 songs. I can tell you that. You will feel like whatever you feeling, that person feeling, when they listen to that song, I'm guaranteed that they're gonna find their emotion they're feeling on one, if not all 6 songs, one of the, out of the 6 songs. There's like different emotions on the tape. It's not like oh, just a straight trap tape. Like it's not like that. It's like fast records, slow records, medium records, like real records, like really expressing records. Like just we put our emotions, our feelings into it. Like we put like how we feel at the moment when we was making that song onto that beat. So it's not like one set like feeling or emotion you'll get from the tape. I'll just say overall the tape is you're gonna whoever you are, you're gonna feel that emotion that you want to feel from the tape. You will feel that tape. You will feel that from the tape.
How honest are these lyrics?
How long what?
How honest are these lyrics?
100%.
100% honest. Besides maybe when it comes down to like a little gangster talk, cause we're I'm not gonna say like we're gangsters. But like, if you mess with us, we're just not gonna let you pick on us or bully us or nothing like that. So it's like just talking. Like a lot of the lyrics did come from like us growing up, seeing things too. Also, it's just not like, oh, we're just telling somebody a story. No, we're telling our story, but a lot of the lyrics come from us like growing up, seeing these things happening in the world, and now it's like, this is what I went through when I was little. I can probably help someone who's going through this right now, even though they ain't in the world doing it.
What happened to me?
Yeah.
What happened when I was little growing up?
Recording these lyrics, did you write them, or were you the type that's freestyle punching it?
No. So this the thing. Like, cause we been in the studio a lot with my brother for years before it happened. Like it's just something that came, it's just in us. So me and Doraah can literally go in the studio and record and just like, we never write.
Well, I'll say this, like, I don't never, like, if I hear a beat, I don't know, it's like, it's this rhythm that I get. Like if you play me a beat and as soon as I hear the beat, all I need to hear is like the first, I'll say like first 20 to like 30 seconds of the beat. And to me, I have this rhythm where I tap and like paddle, like tap my foot and I like pat my head. That kind of give me a way of like, oh, this lyric right here can go to this beat, this beat as a hook. So that's how I come up with my hooks. And then like when I get inside of the booth, depending on like what I said in my hook, I like to stick to the topic of the hook. Like I don't like to go off the topic of what what the hook. You know how most artists might say something about a hook that's like love, but then when they start rapping, they might start talking about shooting outs and stuff like that. So it's like, I try to like watch that when I record. I try to like stay on topic of like whatever the hook is, stay on that topic and make a verse based off that topic and just be really like creative with it. And sometimes I would say like sometimes I like to do like a run. So I call it a run take. I call it like, run takes. So I'll like run through the tape. The first time I get in the booth, this is how I do it. She do hers a different way. But when I get in the booth, I'll kind of like go in the booth and I do a run tape. A run tape means that I'll go and I'll mumble everything all the way through the tape to the end of the beat. And then I say, play back, let me hear that. And then once I hear it, I'll start putting words to it. And that's how I come up with my verses and my rap.
The amount of songs on this project, why 6?
6. We chose 6 because really it was so hard to choose because it was like so many that was so dope. But we only chose 6 because just gonna give you guys a little bit of it until the album drops.
Yeah, it's a surprise. But honestly, our managers, they was like, when they heard, like we had so much music to play them and we was like, all right, we can't choose. And they was like, no. So we was telling them like, we want to put like at least 12 to like 13 songs out on this tape. And they just like, no. They was like, no. They was so against it. And they was like, no, you guys are not about to put 12, 13 songs on no tape. No, we're going to do it like an EP. They wanted to do it like an EP, basically. And they was like, so 6 songs and under. And so we was like, all right, so now the pressure ball we put back on them because then we was like, well, then y'all pick the 6 songs. So that's how we came up with the 6 songs.
How many songs did you have to choose from before it came down to these 6, though?
We had like a 14 track list, 15 track list.
That's like 2 different takes. Like the entire like.
Yeah.
But how many batch of songs did you have to choose from before you got down to the final 6?
I think it was.
It was like 50 maybe. It was like 50 maybe. It was 50 plus, but every time we played certain songs, they was like, stop it, stop. Like they kept saying like, stop it because they didn't want to like, they didn't want I guess like the vision that they was going for, they didn't want to keep hearing more of the music because then it would have made them feel like, dang, now we need to add another song on there, and then another one, and then another one, another one. So we went down, it started at 50, and then we went down to 20, and then we went down from 20 to 12, and then from what our engineer, with our 2 managers, which is Jennifer, and Amina, they came in the studio, so we had 12 songs. We played those 12, and then from there, they was like, all right, out of these 12 songs, we have to pick 6. And then we was like, all right, y'all pick them. And then so they picked them.
How long do you think that whole process took of narrowing from 50 all the way down to the 6?
It took us at least like 2 months.
I was about to say 3.
Maybe 3.
Because we was on tour for 2.
But we was definitely making music on tour.
Making tour. We was on a tour bus. We had a studio on a tour bus. Yeah. So we was on tour for 2 months. So I know it was definitely 2 months. And then we was already like starting the project before the tour. Mm-hmm. So I say 2.5, 3 months.
Yeah. And the crazy thing about it, they didn't even take none of the songs we did from the tour. They wanted all like fresher songs. Well, like all the songs that's on this tape is the songs we did within the last 2 weeks. So we did these songs like 2 weeks ago. Maybe a week and a half ago, but like, yeah, approximately 2 weeks ago.
When these, your management picked the songs, did they also do the track list themselves, or do they pick the songs and they say, okay, now you guys turn with the track list?
They allow us to pick the way we want the track list to go.
How was the process behind that? How'd you go about picking the track list there?
I mean, we're just in the studio, and you could just when you listen to music and you like the musician that you are, you listen to the music like we want them to when they first hit, we want them to be like, oh, I needed to see what the next song is talking about. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard for us to do it because like we want to be at a level where we want them to be crunk and hype, and then we want them to feel like lower it down a little, and then back to hype.
Like a balance. We wanted a balance. We wanted a balance. We was like, for me when I was telling her and we was picking the songs, I was like, first and foremost, you want to have the tape start off hard, first of all, because the least you want is the first song to be a song where they're like, is this verse worth letting this tape ride all the way out or worth skipping? So I was like, nah. So the first thing I had in mind when I was telling her, I was like, yo, listen, when we put the track list together, we need to have it where it comes on banging to the point where they're going to be like, whoa, I want to know what the next song is going to be. And then when they hear that song, they're going to be like, yo, I got to hear the next song. Then they hear that song, yo, I got, like, you know what I mean? You have no choice but to just listen to the entire 6-tape EP without no skips. Like, you have no choice, like, to listen to it because of the order that we wanted to put it in. And like we said, we want to have a balance of, like, crunk, but it's like, so it goes like high, medium, and then like low. Like, so it's like, oh, it started off high, it's in the middle. By the time you hit to the third, fourth song, it's going down to like the medium part of the tape, and then like as it ending off, it's going down to like the low. So it's like that's why I say about you have like all the vibes on there. You have all different emotions on there. You have all different feelings on there. You have everything that we are feeling in today's world as like, you know, musicians and like
in people's lives
and fans. Yeah.
I think the things that me and Doraah talk about on this tape, it really gonna help a lot of people that is
beginners.
That beginner and also has a lot of pride.
Like, what do you mean?
Like they ashamed. Like they ashamed to say this. They're ashamed to do this. They feel like this not for them, or they feel like I can't do it.
Yeah. Or also like.
And some I finna say like the stuff that we talking about that we really done been through, and like some people scared to tell like I was in the struggle. Like, bro, I was homeless.
Yeah.
I was sleeping on the floor.
I had roaches.
Like, yo, like we ate noodles and shit like that. So
I had no food.
This tape, we really just put it out there like it's us. It's us. So I think you have no choice but to listen to all 6.
All 6 are banging. I'm telling you, like all 6 of them is banging. Like, I'm happy about it because there's like really like they're slappers. Like they're banging, and it's like. This is the side that the world is about to see of us that they never seen, because even though we was on Slime Language, I had a feature with Jeff, which is Oh Yeah, and then I had me and Dolly had a feature which is Expensive, but that was just like a glimpse of like these two a little bit, but it didn't show the 100% of us. It was like a 1 out of 4, you get what I'm saying, of us on that tape. So it's a banger.
Financially, how much does a project like this cost to create?
It costs a lot, but to be honest with you, I have the type of mindset that I have is if I want something to work out and I know that it's gonna be for the best, I don't think about financial things, because then I'll just I go back down. So basically, it all comes from like humbleness. Is where I'm going. So like I don't think about the money, because the fact that I know that if I wouldn't, by me being in this position I am in because of who, you know what I'm saying, who my brother is, not to knock his credit. Yes, he's a great artist. He's very iconic. Looking at his status and looking at a beginner status, I wanted to feel that beginner status. I didn't want to feel like, oh, I got money, so I can automatically just go to the top. You know what I mean? I didn't want to feel like that. And I hate feeling like that. So, only thing we probably spent the most in was studio recording hours.
Yeah.
That's it. Other than that, we have an engineer that we've been working with since we've been rapping, who helped develop our sound. And
KB, shout out to KB.
Yeah, shouts out to KB Case.
I love
the
you,
baby. So so he does like mixed and mastering, by also with engineering, and so he had because he loves us so much, he gave us like a real reasonable price, price that we could, that we can pay for it, instead of going to like a label or our management or our brother or anything like that. And so that's what we did. And then
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of me.
I'm proud of you too. Yeah, I'm proud of myself too. Yeah, so that's how we kind of worked out when it came down to the financial part, because we would want to spend more instead like on like the taping and things like that. We would rather spend a little bit more in like all of our videos and all of our merch. Like I look at it that way. This is a tape which is gonna be released, but where's the most money is gonna lie in is the videos and the merch and the merchandise. So that's kind of like how I look at things, like in a different perspective of like coming up as an artist. Cause I don't know, for some reason I just can't say like, oh, I'm already an artist. I always say like coming up, because this is literally like us coming up as artists. Like just because who our brother are doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Like we have to work for everything that we want, and
have to work for it.
that is simple as that. Like we have to work for it,
Don't
and
give up.
we are working for it. So
Would you say you went, I don't know if you had a budget for this, but would you say you went over or under your budget at this point?
Under.
Yeah, straight under.
Straight under. So far under. Yeah. The first song is Lay Down. The second is Beast Mode. The third is Trust Issues. The fourth is Anytime. The fifth is War. And the sixth is Ready for Love. Yeah. So out of my favorite, all of them. All of them is my favorite. And I can explain what all of them mean to me.
Okay.
And Dolly can explain like what all of them mean to her. So for Lay Down to me was a track where I felt like when I heard the beat, I felt like this is a club banger. First, I said it. I said, this is a club banger, and I never had a club banger before. I was like, this is a club banger, and the words that I want to use for this is straight club banging words. So like, when a girl's, basically I was thinking about like the females, because I know that males can easily like catch on to a song in the club, but when it comes down to like female type, this song, I was looking more so for this song as being in a strip club, being in a regular club, being anywhere. And it's a radio song too. It's also a radio song too. It's like that'll be our first like radio song also too. Excuse me.
I want to go to every radio station.
And then Beast Mode is actually
Beast Mode is my song.
it's her song.
And I think I like Beast Mode. I did Beast Mode because at the time, that's what I was feeling like. I'm just like right in beast mode. Like I just need to, I'm ready. I'm just ready for everything to just start. And throughout the lyrics, I'm just, everything that I'm saying is basically true. And throughout the lyrics, it's just saying like, I'm just saying like, about loyalty, about friendship, money. It's a hard song. My brother loves that song.
He loves all of the songs.
Yeah.
He actually stole the album long time ago. He had the album on his phone like long time ago. The EP on his phone long time ago. But to me, Beast Mode is really hard. It's a really great song because lyrically, hearing Dolly verses on the song, I can see her like the progression in her like rapping, and then also like Dolly is a more so like swag rapper, but to hear her to hear B Small, she was more so of like a lyrical rapper, and I was just like, whoa, she brought it out of her. You know what I mean? Like she brought it out of her.
I was going through something right there at that time, in that moment, in the studio, in the booth, right there, that moment. Like it wasn't no right or nothing. I just came off the top of the dome.
And trust issues. I guess we could just explain it together then. Trust issues is the third song.
So I love trust issues because Doraah did it first. I didn't hear trust issues till I got to the studio a little later than her. I mean, yeah, she was there before me, so she already did it. And I was like, damn, who the hell you talking about, Doraah? Like, who the hell you talking about? This nigga done fucked up.
No, you can't even say that I was just talking about a guy.
And that's what I was thinking, because that's what was going on in my head at the moment. So when I was like, yo, I'm getting on this song, I need to do my little bars on this song. So my verse, I'm like, I know I'm talking about what I'm going through right now at this moment. But I was like, when I heard this song, I was like, Doraah is...
Yeah. When I did it, when I was thinking about this song, yeah, I was going through something too. And I was going through something more so of maybe I feel like everybody feel this way, not excluding people that don't have money, like not excluding people that doesn't have money. Like everybody feel this way in this song. So when I was doing the song, it's the words. It was just the lyrics to the song meant so much of me at that time, what I was going through and was in my head. So when I heard the beat, I was just like, pull it up. Like I didn't have to hit anything else. I was like, put it up. I got words right now for that song. Pull it up. And so and that's when I got in the booth and I just laid it down. And then I was like, I felt good because I was like, I was going through that, but I needed to bring that out.
I think a lot of people gonna relate to trust issues because like trust issues is a motherfucker.
Yeah, it's a hard song. It really is a hard song. Like, it really is, and it means like everything. Like trust issues. Like, I mean, who don't have trust issues? You know what I mean? And so when I was doing it, I was just like, yeah, I got trust issues, and I don't have a problem letting the world know, like, and my fans know, like, I have trust issues, and I'm pretty sure my regular people, normal people, which I'm a normal, regular person, I have these issues too.
Everybody have them.
Everybody have these issues.
How much you got? If you're rich or poor,
yeah.
like,
so that's how
you got issues.
And then anytime was more so of like.
Anytime was like anytime I think when I heard that beat I was like at that time I was like
popping your shit.
I was really popping my shit and I was just like, you know what, because people really be thinking that me and Doraah is like playing and we really not, because we really harder than a lot of these rappers. We really are, and we mastering our craft. So when I did Anytime, I was just like straight hard mode, like, you finna feel this, you know? Me and Doraah finna let you feel it. For anybody that didn't believe in us, you finna feel it. And stand over there, see how I feel.
So you want some revenge shit?
No.
Oh
I just want you to stand over there and see how I feel.
This girl is crazy. But and to me, anytime really is hard. And it was more so on the like, I'm from the hood, so I'm not gonna kick it like I'm not from the hood just because, you know, I had opportunity to be away from the hood and go to school and get actual education and stuff like that. That doesn't mean that I want snap in a heartbeat. So when I heard Anytime, I was just like, let's go, because most people don't look at me as like, she's like, a lot of people observe me as like the quiet and like funny, just giggle person, silly person, just like all of these little, they try to put like the innocent on me. And I'm just like, I'm not innocent. Nobody innocent. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to even act like I'm innocent. So when I heard Anytime, I was like, I gotta jump on this song. Because I know that I can at that moment, I can bring that person that they've never seen come out. And so I brought that out on that song. Yeah. And then the 5th track is War, which is my song by myself.
I like that song. I think that song put me in a reminder. I'm sorry, Block, to take you off.
You good.
But I think that song put me in a reminder of the song with Jeff. I put it down for my people. Ready to die for my people.
Really?
We moved to block for the people. Yes. I love War.
I don't know
She
how to
ain't sing
really
me
say
that
it.
song. That's the
It's
only song I don't got.
Because first of all, you're going live with everything. They probably already heard the entire album. Anyways, yeah.
I haven't. It's so annoying because I want to share it and I can't.
You can't share it with them.
I can't. Like I just.
You could.
like,
Well, you
know
couldn't.
what?
You couldn't share it with them at the
couldn't.
time because
I couldn't.
the album, the EP didn't come out. So no, I was just saying like War. I did that song based off. I was going through something too on there. I go through something on all my music. Let me not say that I just was going through something on that song. But that song came from a night where I was partying. I was having a great time. And a fight broke out. But it wasn't involved with me. But a fight broke out and with some of my homies that was around. And I was just looking like how ready they are. Like, you know, like they be ready to fight. They be ready to throw these people bottles, everything. And so I was just like, yo, this song, I need to go to the studio. And when I went to the studio and I heard a beat, which is produced by Weezy, when I just got the song, I went straight off the dome. Like I did one track. I did a one-track tape for that. One take for that track. And I don't know. The song is really like it's just hard. Like I think a lot of people they're gonna love that song too. Like I'm pretty sure they love that song too. But I know when I played it to my when we played the tape back a few months back, a lot of people was like, "What the freak? Like what the freak? Like
They be like,
this
you guys just holding the music.
this song is hard. Like what the freak?" But it just represented like my feelings a little bit, like my feelings, and just like my love for like my family and the people who like is in our label as a person, as them as a person. It just represent like everybody who take care of me. Like war just mean like when I say like it's war, but it's basically saying. And the lyrics, it's like unity. Like, I'm going to war for my unity. I'm going to go to war for my managers because they're going to go to war for me. I'm going to go to war for my brothers because they're going to go to war for me. I'm going to go to war for my sisters because they're going to go to war for me. And just so on and so on. So, like, that's how I came up with that track. War, which is hard.
And then the last song is Ready for Love.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, that's so crazy because I'm like in the booth and like when I first hear the beat, I'm like, pull it up. But I didn't know what to say, what I was gonna say. I just was inside of the booth. And Doraah come in and she's like playing a song. And I heard her saying, I'm ready to love you. So I was like, I'm ready for love. So that song right there just came straight off for Doraah. Like she didn't even know that I was listening to her while she was on the phone. And then I just was like, fuck that, I'm just gonna make a song. And when I made it song, Doraah was like, huh?
That's my favorite song.
Doraah was like, oh my God.
That song is really hard.
She loved that song.
That song is really, really, really,
I made this song off her
really,
because she really came in and I was like sitting there.
That's one of my favorites too. Even though all of them is my favorite, that is one of my favorites. That is like top. It's 6 songs. I put it like top 0. I just can't. Like 0. I just can't. But no, that song is really hard. And also because of the lyrics that Dolly laid on the track, because she did the lead track and I just went over her on the lead of the hook, on the hook. So on the hook, when she laid the hook down, I just went over her on the hook and did a stack with my voice, and then in her ad-libs is on hook. And just when I started rapping, when I heard the second verse, when I heard her verse and I just heard the things that she was saying, I was just like, I was so surprised, and I was just like, wow. Like I felt her energy and her feelings and emotion from like her verse. So when I did my verse to it, I was just like, all right, why hide? Why hide the way I feel? So, and I did that. And so when I started off the track, when I started off my verse, I started off pretty like in my like showing you like, I don't know how to love. Can you show me how to love? You know what I mean? So it's like, I just went off like how I feel about Ready for Love and what Ready for Love meant to me. So, yeah. We wrote our own verses. We wrote our own music.
Facts.
Big facts.
So no help?
No help at all. Everything, it comes from our top of our dome, or if we do want to write, we write. So it's like...
so not even from your brother pitching?
Nothing. No. My brother never heard the
song.
He only heard the album when we was finished, and we picked all the songs that we wanted to come out, and then we finally let him hear it because he knew that it was about to get ready to come out soon. So then he like we just let him hear it, and he was like, "What the freak?" And then like every song we play him, he was like, "This a go." But then it was like it was confused to him because he was like, he realized that he said like every song is a go. And so at that point, coming from a person like him who's been in the entertainment business for a long time, making crazy amount of hits and, you know, just been this musician that he is, it felt so much to us. So we was like, bing, like we had it like right on top of the dot. And to do it the way that we did it, which was record, lay down, and don't let him hear anything until we were done. And see what his reaction would have been, and his reaction was really shocking.
Never really hear our music.
He don't never hear our music, and we record in the same studio,
right?
In the same studio room,
like let him hear it. Yeah. Other than that,
he doesn't.
And we in the outside.
Yeah, he be on his own side, we on our own side, but he never hears our music, never. And we like that because we want to grow, and we don't want him to feel like, oh, your obligation is to grow us. No, it's our obligation. We have to mature in music on our own. Like we have to find ourselves in this music. Like we have to find out who we want to be in our music. So,
and this tape, this what you gonna see, like who we are.
We found ourselves.
Individual.
Yeah, individually. Yeah, you're very important. And together. Yeah.
You mentioned he doesn't hear the music. Is that because he's so busy with his own music, or is that because you purposely keep it away so you can have, I guess, your own way of coming up with your stuff?
We purposely keep it away.
We purposely keep it away. It's not that he don't want to hear it. We just purposely
keep it away.
We just purposely pick it. Like, let's just keep it away. Like, if we hear him about to walk, if someone's saying like your brother about to walk on the side, we'll just like literally stop the music. Like we purposely don't ever want to let him hear anything. Like he didn't see the cover art for the tape. He didn't see anything until everything was finalized, and that's when he was like, "This shit is hard." He's like, "This hard." Like the Slimestas merch and things like that. Like he's rocking it like every other week, different shirts he having on and stuff like that. So like he really like he's really proud of us. He just don't. He's a guy, so you know, like guys show their emotions differently.
A little different.
So it's like he's so proud that he just like he kind of don't know what to do. I think he's kind of more scared for us as like my sister is about to go, like that type. You know what I mean? Like we're not up under him like that no more. Like they really working. Like they really surprised me. They really it's that type.
Because it was a time where like we was recording, even with our first tape, and then we're still just like. Always have to be with him. We always want to be with him. You know, just all the time. But like now we don't.
Yeah.
We like he can just be going to New York to do a show and coming back, and we be like,
oh no,
we'll be back. We will just see him when you come back.
We'll see you when you come back.
So we definitely is growing. Definitely.
Yeah. He noticed that too.
Definitely growing.
He noticed that. And I think he's very proud of us wanting to do that because he's you know about us being around him. Like these are the things that he had to do. So, you know, by us doing that shows how much we want it. and not showing that we want it to be given to us. So I think he definitely like really like understand. Like I know he kind of like don't want us to feel that, like want to go that way, but he respect that way because he knows how it goes. Like coming from up on him, they're gonna expect for us to be Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson type. So in a way, he didn't want it to represent us that way.
We're not Janet Jackson.
You know, we're not Michael and Janet Jackson. Like, we're not Michael and Janet Jackson. So it's like I think it's to him now. He has gotten the picture where he see that they their own people. There's Doraah and that's Dolly White. Like there's them, and when they come together, they're Slimestas. Like you know what I mean? And that's just how it is.
Do you make that decision yourself, or did somebody kind of coordinate things like, hey, you guys should start doing stuff a little separate?
No.
We did it on our own.
We did it on our own.
Yeah, we did it on our own. Because we're very versatile artists. And for Dolly likes to make a lot of rap and trap music. And for me, I like to make a lot of pop.
I like the trap music.
And I like to make a lot of like pop and like R&B music. But what is tricking is I can make rap and trap music. Dolly can get on a feature with a R&B or pop song. So we was so concerned about that we wanted to make sure that we branch ourselves the correct way of us being High Doraah and her being Dolly White, and that we came together as Slimestas, which Slimestas represent. Oh, High Doraah got pop music on there featuring Dolly White. Dolly White got trap music on there featuring High Doraah. You know what I mean? So that's how we came with just Slimestas. So like the tape, Slimestas just represent us coming together as artists, not us together as a group, but us coming together as High Doraah, Dolly White, come together as Slimestas.
Now, you are solo artists. You do collaborate with one another for projects like you have in the past. But from feedback outside of you guys, from what you've seen or heard, do people rather see you guys solo and hear you guys individually? Or do people want more stuff like this where you're collaborating on projects together? Even though you're not a group, like you mentioned, do people want to see more of that?
Yes.
We have had, I think it's even. Like I seen a whole bunch of comments, like especially from from Family Ties to DDT and then us been featured on Slime Language on the compilation album. From all the fans that we gather from that, it's an even balance. You have a lot say like, oh, we like when y'all do a lot of music together, and then you have a lot saying, oh, we like Doraah, I want to hear more of you. Dolly, I want to hear more of you. I want to hear y'all by yourself. I want to hear a tape come from you, Doraah. I want to hear a whole tape come from you, Dolly White. So I think it's just an even thing right now. So that's why we kind of happy that we are doing it the way that we're doing it by branching us as High Doraah and branching her as Dolly White, so that when they do start hearing solo music from us, it's not, y'all was a group, why y'all break apart? It's not that. Right. It's more so like they always have been separate, they just came together to do music. They come together to do a tape when they want to, because we don't have to, we just do that when we want to. So it's an even thing.
So did this project then, did this start out you guys knowing you wanted to do this together, or did it start out as solo stuff and then it was suggested, hey, you should just do this together? This particular project here.
Well, from our managers, Jennifer and Amina, when we was letting them hear a lot of the music, because I was going to drop a single. I was going to drop my first single for my solo project. When we was talking to them, and we just had like an honest heart talk with them, and we was like, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that, because I was gonna drop a solo project and then I was gonna drop the collab project after with Dolly, and they was like, when we talked to them, they was like, no, let's just do the
one
together first, and then y'all can start releasing y'all own separate stuff. So
Why? What was the thinking behind that?
I feel like they was thinking more so of on the level of they like the collaboration thing. I'm not gonna like not lie about that. They really do like the energy that us two feed off each other when we're together. They really love it. Not saying that they don't like us separately. They love us separately too. But they love the energy that comes from when we're doing project and music with each other. They really love that energy. And so they wanted to give it a try. Since the first tape that we did was Family Ties, we dropped that on our own. Like, we didn't even have management then. We didn't have no help. We didn't have anything. We just did on our own.
We KB our engineer.
And KB our engineer. We just did it on our own and just dropped it on SoundCloud. And so far as I guess as far as since they have been working with us, they haven't gotten that chance to see what a collaboration tape with us two together would mean to the world. Because also they wasn't working with us when we did DDT, which is the tape featuring Doraah, Dolly, and Tokyo. That's why I call it DDT. They wasn't working with us then to see the feedback from that tape. So for this to be like our first project, and they're both representations of us, they wanted to see what it would look like. Oh, what it would look like with y'all dropping this tape. We know that y'all have this crazy energy together. Everybody love y'all together. And they was like, let's try this one first. Well, because it was two. We actually said we was going to do 2 tapes together, and then we was going to start doing like our solo stuff. And so they was in agreement with it. They was like, all right, yes, let's do it that way. Let's do the tape with y'all first together, and then y'all second one together. And then they was like, after that, and then y'all could just start doing y'all solo thing. And if y'all still, if we still want to collab, we're going to collab, because like I said, we're not a group. We just do what we want to do musically wise.
Now, your brother executive produced this. What does that actually mean?
He gave the okay. To executive produce means that when he sat there and listened to every song and he okayed every song and he said that every song is a hit, that basically was his producing. His executive producing.
I mean, he's gonna be a part of everything anyway. So
yeah, I mean, of course, but we mainly want his. He's gonna be a part of us anyway, but it's not so much a part of us as like him just saying, yeah, just use my name, like that type. No. It's more so like, come in here, hear this tape, give us your okay. What do you think? Should we fix something? Is this okay? And all the questions that we had for him, he was like, no, this is okay. Perfect.
It's perfect.
It's like perfect. I love it. I like it. And that's how it went. That's how it went.
You mentioned a few names on this project. Anybody else you want to shout out you did not name in this interview?
On this project? That's featured on this project?
No. I mean, just in our overall talk, you mentioned your management, the engineer, Thug, of course. But is there anybody else you want to shout out in regards to this project that you didn't mention in this interview?
I mean, our team in general.
Right.
We wanted to.
I really want to give a shout out to Amina and Jen.
Well, that's our management. We already said
I know that, but I just want to give a extremely,
of course,
shout out to them, because to deal with us is a lot. And they
know it.
Yeah, and they do it, and they believe in us.
And they believe in us.
And
And I want to just in our team, like our team that we recently just put together for getting everything together and making sure like the merch was gonna be ready. We have all our merch, we have everything. So we want to give a shout out to our team that is a part of our music group, which is ALAR Music Group. Is our music group. So everybody that works for like ALAR Music Group, we want to just give a shout out to them for all their hard work and overnight working and just all of their all of their motivation and just the inspiring, like some of them don't even know, like even with the things that they was doing was inspiring us to want to do this, get this right, get that, get there. So just just everybody a part of ALAR Music Group and our management, our engineer, and also the engineers that tracked us down I can't think of all of their name off top, but all of the engineers, but they have their credits on that tape though. So yeah, so also a shout out to all of them too for tracking us down until our original engineer was able to come back in town and get everything fixed and mixed.